YouTubers, it's 777 Rough Driver again, back with another video on the Street Scrambler 900 2018. I told you I was going to do a few things to it, and this is one of the things I'm going to do to it, is raise up the mudguard or the fender, whatever country you're in and whatever language you use to describe your fitment. This is from Motone. It's just arrived. I bought the bracket on the net. Comes with its bolts, as you might see here, with rubber washers and stainless nuts and bolts. Here's the bracket, curved, obviously to fit that mudguard. It's not cheap, you know, but things never are cheap when you're trying to customise things. If you do get a bargain, yeah, you know. But hey ho, that's what it is, and sometimes you have to pay the price to make your bike look a little bit more outstanding. And that's what I'm trying to do, is make it look a bit more retro, make it more Scrambler-like, and I don't go much on the mudguard where it sits at the moment low on the floor. A lot of people have left the actual bracket on the actual, the original bracket, which joins the forks and sits there. I don't know, I have to find out a little bit more if I can take that off. Some people say your steering goes a little bit wibbly wobbly. I don't know if that's true. Again, I will find out from probably a Triumph dealer before I take it off. I will leave that bracket on for the time being as we go through the video. Now to get the mudguard off, and like I say, it doesn't come with diagram or a diagram to fit it, and make sure you've got all the bits and pieces. It just comes out the box just like this, so bear with me. Could take a few minutes, or not weeks or months, but just to get it all right, fitting, you know, the fitting just right. So okay, we're going to take the mudguard off anyway. Enough of my waffling, let's get on with it. Well, it's easy enough to get off. As you can see, there's 4 bolts. There's the bracket that's going to stay. So obviously you get your Allen key. What I'm going to do is with one hand. I'll just get it going with one hand. It's a bit hard with one hand. A bit more. I'll be able to unscrew that. I'll look after these bolts and all. As you can see, I'm doing this with one hand at the moment, so bear with me. I better do it with my fingers now. Nope. I'll get another Allen key, I think. Don't try and burr it. There you go. Let's try and loosen all the others up again. See, I've got all the nuts now up. So just undo them. Just use the Allen key. So just got to get the other 2 off. There's the nuts you get there. Let's undo the other one. It's easy in real time. And that one's a tight one. Not very good, that one. Let's try one. As you can see, always one get one tight one, don't you? Right, I should be able to undo that. Can you see that? Point it very well. Right, get the tight one. Right, I finally got this one off. Oh. There's the 4 bolts. should just lift off. Here we go. And then you're left with a horrible bracket. But there you go. I'll have to find out about this bracket. So I don't know if you can make out, looks like rubber washers are underneath there, and the 4, get over a bit, 4 bolts or nuts go on top so far. Well, you'll see when I'll put them on. I just put my first rubber grommet in, as you can see from there to there. So I've got to put 4 of those in, so I'll be back in a minute and show you the next step. Well, that's 3 grommets in. Just another one to put in, and they are a bit finicky, so you've got to squeeze them. Where's the other one? So you get 4 grommets in. So you just really got to squeeze these. I think there's a thin bit. I'll be putting the thin bit of the grommet in rather than the thick bit, and just trying to slide it in. But you squeeze them and twist them to get them in. You'll find out when you get them over there. Right, let's just get that last grommet in. I can't film it, it's a bit hard trying to hold the camera, show you exactly what I'm doing. But you obviously got to squeeze them, twist them, and get them round in that hole. That's all 4 grommets in. What a pain in the arse that was. Twisting them. If anyone knows how to put a grommet in, must be an easier way, but they are tricky squeezing them in. But they're in now. Now just the rubbers have got to go on them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally have one somewhere. There's another rubber somewhere. I'll find it. Oh, it's in that packet. Put those 4 rubbers on. And then your bolts. We'll come back in a minute. Welcome back, YouTubers. Finally got it back. If you can see that. Come out here to film it. This is how it sets up. So you've got rubber washer there. There's a grommet in there where you saw those grommets I put in. And I used my own stainless nuts because the one supplied wasn't long enough for what I wanted it to do. So I had to grind them down a bit to make these nuts fit snug, if you understand what I'm saying. So it was a little bit long, and the ones they supplied were a little bit short. So, yes. I now fitted all this. Now it needs to go on here. But the grommets were the hardest thing to get inside the actual, there's little holes in there. You see what I've done there. But that's how it's supposed to look once it's finished. So you've got a rubber washer here, grommet inside, stainless washer there, stainless nut on top, if you want it that way, or you can have it that way on top of your thing, like the setup on the original one. Without the washers, I suppose you could have taken them off, but it's up to you. Scratch that, and then you take that off here. Which, what happens? You've got that piece behind one of the sides. There's a spacer which goes that way round, which goes in there like that. So you must put that in when you put this up. Now I can't film this and all that, so that goes in like that. And you've got the other nut, which is here, which has got a spacer on it. And there's the other nut, which goes in there. Oh, bear with me. Right, we'll go to here now. That's the best I can do. Extenders. Oh, God. That's it. That's the hardest bit. Can't get to see. Oh, it's my torch. Oh, it's dark. Show you what I'm dealing with. Easy. Sorry about that. Bit of a rush. Blur out. Sorry about that. This is. Oh, stop it. This is what you're faced with. I don't know if you can see that. Put your torch on it. This is what you've got to line up and make it look so easy. Now, just chewing out a bit. You've got to get this nut through that down there and line that up. Now obviously I can't film this, but I'll show you once that's out. That slides behind there, but I can't do it and film it at the same time. But I'll show it on, but that's how you line it up. Try not to cross thread it. It's not as easy as it looks. Right, I've got the mudguard on now, so that's it. I'll put the bolts that way. Or you could have them, you can see underneath, the other way. It's totally up to you how you set it out. Now, you do get all the bits in the box, Motone provide, but I found out I have to manufacture some more stainless bolts myself, cut them down to my size, because I put the original mudguard on. And another thing is, on the rectifier here, this plastic here, can you see it? Was over this side, behind it. So what I've done is move it to this side. Now I don't know if it's making a difference, it has got a lump of copper inside there. So it might be for earthing or something like that, so I've managed to put it over. It does touch the mudguard here, but whether that will make a dent or not, or where it's vibrating, a wear mark, I don't know. But I've fitted it now. Next thing is to get this cradle off here, which is onto the other mudguard. Now I tried to show you fitting it, but it was so hard I couldn't do it with one hand, and filming it myself, you need two people really to hold this back. I done it on my own, but it was hard going, and it does work. These bolts are long enough. There's a spacer, where is it? There's a spacer this side behind that bolt, and that acts as a spacer on this plastic here. But that, like I say, that was around the other side. So if you're doing this job, the way I found it, this won't go on there. They don't tell you that when they're fitting this mudguard. So this plastic that you can see here is like a spacer, goes behind here, but I have to move it over there. Let's try and zoom in a bit. Yeah, you can see what I'm saying. So that's the only way I've done it. I just started it up. It runs alright, so there's no interference there. It is hard to tighten up, and I made up another little thing as well, which I will show you how to tighten this up, because
I didn't take the wheel out, and I didn't take this bezel off, or the headlight, just to get to it. Should do really, but I just couldn't be bothered. It's just a bit of a pain, and I found a way of doing it without moving that, and I'll show you in a minute. Here's my secret weapon I made up. Now it's an 8mm socket. I don't know what the Allen key is, but you can find an Allen key that goes into the back of that. It hasn't stamped on it, I don't know what that is. I should find out for you. And that'll go in there like that. See? And you can tighten it up, which is nice and tight now. And you can do the other side as well. Exactly the same. Tighten it up. So that gets you around the headlight without damaging it. So use that. But like I say, no one tells you the bolts that come with this are short. Now I didn't phone up the manufacturer and ask him, because you don't get a diagram in with the Motone, what do you call it, mudguard or Fender Exstender that goes up the top here. So there's no diagram in there. Now I put it in, if you can see there, 4 nuts and bolts there. I've got a grommet, 4 grommets, they're in there, which I've showed you. Big with giant rubbers, now I don't know if this is right, on top to protect it, and then I've done it up as tight as I could. Without snapping obviously the plastic, just do it. These bolts will stop, they've got their own sort of level. But I had to make my own stainless bolts up to modify it a bit. But now you can see the result, it looks stunning. Let's go around outside. Looks good, doesn't it? So that's number 1 of my videos of my alteration there. And that's a Motone bracket. Now, before I go any further, I'm not sponsored by anybody, I'm not paid by anybody, I'm not advertising anything, but I'm just telling you that's the product I bought. And it's not as easy as it looks. If you can get another person to hold that while you tighten it up, would be a good idea. I've done it on my own, but it took longer because I tried to hold it and get a start on here. That is the hardest bit, lining that hole up inside there and there, and obviously switching that plastic bracket from there to there. Now you could have left it off and got away with it, but I don't know if there's any reason why that's on there. It's got a copper like inner washer sort of thing inside it, so it must be there for a reason, and hopefully I won't do any damage by putting it back on there. I didn't want to destroy it or cut it or alter it in case the person who ever buys this bike after me or I sell it wants to put it back to standard. So I just want all the bits as they were, but I found a way around. Next thing is to take this thing off. Now there's a lot of rumours on there saying if you take this off it makes it unstable. I phoned up Triumph and it apparently doesn't. All that is just a frame. It doesn't make this the forks move or wobble or anything like that. It's not some sort of stabiliser. So I'm going to take that off because it doesn't serve any purpose. You could put a small, if you want to keep it on, put a small mudguard on there, but I don't want to. I want to sort of make it look Scrambler S, as you might say. But like I say, get back to what I'm saying. I don't get paid on this channel. There's no sponsorship, no money. I just do the videos for fun, and I hope you enjoy them. This is number 2, and I hope you enjoyed what I've done on this one. Try and go back, but I'm going to try and let's try and zoom in. It does look good, doesn't it? More modifications to come. Stay tuned. 777 Rough Drive signing off, and see you in the next video. Bye bye, YouTubers.